From Sneako going way too far down the rabbit hole,
being brainwashed, yo. Yo, a lot of you need to wake up. Wake up! Come back to reality!
to SteveWillDoIt messing up so badly that he can't film with Nelk Boys.
Why can't we have Steve? Bring Steve back.
Steve's been on other channels, so why can't he be on Nelk? If we could have Steve back in Nelk videos, it would change the game.
Here are the YouTubers who blackballed themselves, starting with Sneako. Sneako's story is a masterclass in irony and terrible decisions. He had it all: fans, money, influence, and ended up with nothing and no friends. Well, except Kanye.
It's really about Jesse from Chrome Hearts.
And to be honest, Sneako predicted his own future.
Your past reflects your future.
He started his YouTube career all the way back in 2013, but his past definitely reflected his future. Looking back, he was always a bit controversial.
When I'm lost and I don't know where to go, I squint and I talk like a Chinese man. See, my appearance distracts them. They don't know that this is just an internet stereotype voice.
And a bit cringy.
It's gonna be cringy. It's gonna be cringy, but it's Sneako, so it wouldn't be, without a little dash of cringy, it wouldn't be me.
But despite his questionable takes, young Sneako had potential. Back in 2018 to 2021, he was a rising star.
Yeah, I look like freaking Tom Cruise, but
no one thinks you look like Tom Cruise.
I hear it all the time. I look like Tom Cruise, right? Yeah. See? Boom.
She just said yeah. That doesn't mean anything.
See? She said I'm not lying.
Not long after that, he was kicked off Mr. Beast's team, but still, his future was promising until he became an Andrew Tate fanboy and ruined it for himself.
My unmatched perspicacity makes me an undefeated opponent in any endeavor.
Yeah, there's pretty much a 0% chance he's ever coming back now. But what's ironic is that in the end, he also betrayed Tate, his idol. But the seeds of destruction were sown way before that. So you might think his downfall started after this red pill era in 2022. But that's not entirely true. The truth is, Sneako was doing some questionable things before then. His collapse was pretty predictable. Just look at the time he defended one of the most controversial and weird movies ever made.
Okay, if I ever wanted to get canceled, this is the video. I saw Cuties last night and it was pretty good. It's a pretty good movie.
That was back in 2020, and Cuties was the movie that was heavily linked to PDF files. Sneako was pretty much saying anything for attention, and it backfired hard. He got into a beef with Penguin Zero over it, and got absolutely roasted.
You're fighting an invisible enemy right now. You're fighting ghosts that aren't real. Like, none of this had anything to do with the video itself of me joking about a stupid fucking story that this guy told. Like, it's so weird, and he's been mad ever since, as I understand it. I, of course, don't really watch him, but I keep getting updates on Sneako not being happy, wiggling his finger saying, I don't really like this Charlie guy anymore for this. Now, like I said, because so many people keep bringing this up to me every day, I felt obligated to at least, you know, talk about this a little bit and engage with the drama.
After a lot of back and forth, Penguin Zero gave Sneako the finishing blow.
Sneako, you beating me in a fight doesn't unfuck your girlfriend from the numerous men that had sex with her in front of you.
He's referring to Sneako being a cuck, which in a lot of ways was the beginning of the end for him. That's one story that everyone brings up whenever Sneako is mentioned. And honestly, it might have ruined his image forever.
Imagine seeing the girl you love, like,
Get fucked.
get f***ed. Yeah, I do. I love it. Yeah, I love her.
I don't want you to reopen this obvious wound, but like, what does that feel like?
Nah, it's okay. It felt like somebody was like taking something from me.
It all started in 2021 when Sneako sat down on a podcast and casually dropped one of the wildest admissions in YouTube history. He watched his girlfriend get clapped at a swingers party. And this wasn't a joke or a bit of comedy. Nah, he was serious. He described the whole thing, how he sat there trying to act chill. Meanwhile, another dude is going to work on his girl. And Sneako even said he couldn't handle it.
I feel like getting robbed like right in front of me. Like that's what it, yeah, it's like I don't want it. Why am I looking? I don't take any enjoyment from that.
His words, not mine. Then he said he dipped mid-session.
The first time, as soon as I saw like 3 pumps in, I just got up and walked out. I'm just like,
bro, this was the guy talking about being alpha just months later. Why did he even feel the need to reveal this? Who even knows? But after that, his downfall began. His cuck saga was just before his red pill era began, and it looks like it was some kind of coping mechanism. If he acted alpha, maybe he could forget about it. Not long after that, he flew to Romania to learn from the red pill goat. he started worshipping Andrew Tate like he was Moses with a Bugatti.
I was chilling with Mr. Tate.
They're exactly what they say they are. Andrew and Tristan are everything that you would expect.
But things didn't work out well between Sneako and Tate, because in 2024, they had major beef. But before that, he went all in on bashing women.
Have you ever used your looks to your advantage?
Not that I'm aware of. What the fuck? I don't think I have any like looks to use to my advantage.
After Hassan Piker reacted to his How to View Women video and called him an incel, Sneako snapped. So in October 2022, YouTube banned him, but it wouldn't be forever. He'd make a surprising return, but it wasn't what it seemed. While he was banned though, he didn't stop. He moved over to Rumble and carried on digging himself a huge hole. At one point, he was even defending the famous German guy. Yeah, you know who.
Hitler is seen as the most evil person of all time.
Because he was the leading Nazi and he killed over 6 million Jews.
But you can look past that and you can look at the good that they have done and you can look at how they push for freedom.
So it's no surprise he was banned on Twitch too, and in 2024, the end really began. Even Kick, who's known to be less strict, banned him. What's more is that his old friendship with Andrew Tate went sour. Their beef started when Sneako criticized him for being a white ironic, I know. Tate even admitted that he stopped speaking to Sneako years ago. He said it's because Sneako was starting to get on his nerves.
Passive aggressive, you know? He's kind of like one of those girls who like starts a fight and gets in your face and says, hit me then, hit me, hit me, hit me, and then like hits you 3 times, hit me, and then you hit her and she's like, oh.
After that, Tate threatened him to his face on stream.
So, no hard feelings, but you deserved it. Right? If you said it in person, I would have knocked your ass out and I would have helped you get up afterwards and said, sorry, sir, I had to break your jaw.
As you can see, by the end of 2024, things were looking bad for Sneako until YouTube unbanned him. It was a silver lining in a tough year for him. Maybe they were giving him a second chance. Nope, it was an error. And he was banned again straight after. Yeah, I doubt he's ever coming back now. These days, he's befriended Kanye.
We can circle back when you can count.
Okay. Where's he gone, Sneako?
That's it for Ye. But it's nice to meet you, peers.
Is he his manager now? Who knows? But they make a good match. Maybe Kanye is the 1% chance he has of making a comeback. So although he's lost his YouTube, Twitch, and Kick channels, at least he still got Rumble. Even if he hardly gets any views, Rumble seems to be a safe haven for those who were banished from YouTube. Sneako had his Red Pill, Rumble, and Kanye arc, but SteveWillDoIt had chaos, crypto, casinos, and a YouTube nuke so bad even Nelk couldn't save him. He went from 4 million subs, buying a Tesla for a fan, and even a Rolex for Trump. Then, with one email from YouTube, everything disappeared. Steve became famous for outlandish drinking stunts and high-energy prank videos, gaining millions of young fans in the late 2010s. But what made him popular would also be his downfall. Before the bans, before the casinos, Steve was him.
Alright, this one's getting kind of low. Well, no, not really, but yeah.
You sure you want to do it?
It's for the kids, all the kids' lives.
Did you practice getting hit in the face yet? Because it's gonna hurt.
People's lives you met.
Okay.
We're born in Florida, so we just go.
He showed up in 2019, bottle in one hand and cash in the other, and instantly became the craziest dude on YouTube. His first video got 1 million views, no edits, no fake reactions, just pure chaos. Then he linked up with the Nelk Boys, and everything exploded. To impress them, he was willing to risk his own life. Just look at Logan's face.
Oh my God! Steve! Let's go!
Another time, he ate 30 burgers for no reason.
I'd say 29 and a half.
She's eating 29 and a half burgers right now.
They think I'm fucking insane.
He even dropped a Tesla Model X on a random fan, but that chaos would eventually be his doom. Before that though, he was honestly killing it. By 2020, he had 4 million subscribers and was handing out Rolexes to Donald Trump on the Full Send podcast. Then came Tekashi 6ix9ine. Then came private jets. Then came McLarens and strip club challenges and even crazier giveaways. Steve was like a rocket heading straight for space, but this rocket was about to explode. YouTube was watching every shot of vodka and every line he crossed. Steve was pushing their limits, and soon they were gonna push back. By 2021, Steve wasn't just doing wild stunts anymore, he was gambling with real money on camera.
No way! Big 5 versus! What is that? Oh! 78! Give us back! Oh my god!
He partnered with crypto casinos like Stake.com and Roulette, which are platforms banned in the US, but are massive overseas. And the bets were insane. 250k on roulette, 400k on blackjack. Sometimes he'd lose big, sometimes he'd win, and then turn around and give away a Lamborghini. For fans, it was content gold, but for YouTube, it was a red flag central. The day finally came, August 1st, 2022. Just another day for most people, but for Steve, it was the day everything disappeared. No warning, Steve woke up and found his entire YouTube channel. 4 million subs, hundreds of videos, gone. Steve was devastated. He posted on Instagram, YouTube just permanently deleted my channel, and the internet exploded. Hashtag #FreeSteveWillDoIt started trending. Nope, tried to help. Aiden Ross called it unfair. Even Andrew Tate, banned around the same time, defended Steve.
YouTube CEO seemed like, you know, he knew I was like an OG, he knew all about our channel. So
It sounds like he's a balanced guy. I've heard it from a few people, and they've all said he's a pretty sensible, smart guy. So, I mean, a reinstatement on YouTube would be great.
Huge.
It'd be huge.
They need to bring back our boy Steve too.
Yeah, of course. Why can't we have Steve? Bring Steve back. I really think they should have done a hard reset, to be honest. Once Trump won again, everyone who was banned should just be unbanned. Let's reset, let's start again, and let's see who says what.
But YouTube wasn't budging. However, he didn't quit. Steve was on Instagram, podcasts, guest appearances. Then he made a move. You could call it a rebirth. In September 2022, he dropped the announcement he was back on Rumble alongside his good friend Tekashi 6ix9ine. They even had a huge meetup with Tate at Rumble HQ in Dubai.
My circle is so small that I can call this guy my actual friend, best friend. He's a friend because he's a wolf, you know what I mean? And wolves stand on shit.
Let's just say there was no way that this was being allowed on YouTube. It was so bad that it was even removed from Rumble. I guess Steve was never meant to play it safe. He lived off chaos, and that chaos got him blackballed from YouTube, and it was definitely his own fault. But here's the thing, it didn't kill his career. Unlike Sneako, Steve's still thriving on Rumble. Maybe he lost his channel, but he never lost his audience. BruceDropEmOff was the opposite. He kept the platform and lost everything else, including his mind.
A diss. Of course I seen a diss.
Oh shit.
Of course. Does it matter? No. When God, you could bring Michael Jackson up from the grave and I'm still not listening to that for his music. That name is for now.
One day you're a hero, next you're a villain. That's the story of Bruce. He started streaming back in 2013 when he was just 13 years old. And by 2023, he was pulling in hundreds of thousands of viewers. At one point, he even had over 1 million followers on Twitch and YouTube. But due to constant beefs,
you just got into fashion pre-era 2018 with a stylist. Again, one at that. Stop talking to me.
Racist remarks.
Don't worry, I've still been in the lab to try to figure out how you can be racist to white people.
And all around nonsense, his success was snatched away. Twitch got rid of him, and most of his fans abandoned him too. Nobody likes a snake, and apparently that's what Bruce was. Kai Cenat, who was also a good friend of his, completely cut all ties.
My mother, I want you to tell me, what have I done to you for you to talk to me in that type of way and to gossip to your mods, bro?
Many others cut him off too. Bruce's end is tragic. It's filled with beef, tears, and severe mental health problems, but he has no one to blame but himself. From rappers to streamers, this dude was crashing out on everybody.
Facts, because listen, let me tell you something, bro. You wouldn't be saying my name if my name wasn't viral, chat.
Even those who were once his friends. So in January 2023, everything started cracking. His first red flag was his ties to OTK. They were a huge streaming collective featuring Bruce, Osmond Gold, Mizkif, and many others. He was their golden boy, but his time with them didn't last long, and shortly after, he jumped ship.
But the reason I left is because I didn't want to be seen as the black person that was going to carry them to the triumph and hold the sword and take all the heat looking bad.
The main reason he left was because of the huge controversy surrounding Mizkif. His fans thought it was a good call, but not long after, Bruce and he were friends again.
Yo.
It's not me, so
Yo, Bruce. What's up? Yo, I'm live. Me and Mario live. We just want to say we miss you. Yo. Y'all good people. I love y'all.
Fans in Bruce's chat were furious. They wanted answers. Why was Bruce still rocking with OTK? Why wasn't he streaming with Kai Cenat anymore? Instead of clearing the air, Bruce snapped. He even started threatening his own fans.
Mother, literally, you could literally drink a whole gallon of gasoline and light a match and put it inside of your ears and kill yourself.
And it didn't stop there. Bruce went live on his Twitch alt account and got himself banned. After his ban, he logged onto his main account. He dropped slurs, called Twitch's CEO a owner, told a viewer to literally off themselves, and was just all around and horrible. Twitch acted fast and banned that account too. Somehow, he managed to get unbanned. However, upon his return, he started his stream by calling white people crackers.
Oh, wait, I forgot something. I want y'all to read this loud and clear for me.
That stream crossed every line, and they banned him once and for all. By the end of 2023, he also had fallen out with his close friend, Kai Cenat, over leaked DMs. These DMs showed Bruce insulting Kai as well as Speed, Aiden Ross, and even Lil Yachty. Kai was really upset by it and questioned Bruce's mental health.
If that's how you feeling, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I really think that nigga really going through some shit, bro. I swear to God, you feeling, bro. You need to go on that track, Hawk. Hit 100 on the gas, straight to therapy. Tell what the you're going to, bro. That's what you need to do, gang. You need to do that, bro.
The sad thing is, Kai was right. Bruce was really going through some stuff. By the start of 2024, he slowed down on streaming and making videos, and by the middle of that year, he went on a break. After all the chaos, Bruce finally returned in October 2024, only to vanish again.
First thing first, I want to say, I missed y'all so much.
He blamed alcohol, burnout, and his mental health, and people were happy to see him back. But he disappeared again and hasn't been seen on his channel since. Same with his second channel, fans felt betrayed. The worst part is that he's not banned, he's just gone. He burned every bridge, then walked away from the ashes. As of now, 2025 has been a year without Bruce videos. His remaining fans have wondered where he's been, and recently they found out.
This hiatus, bro, has been one of the most eye-opening things I've ever been through, because this is the most time I've taken away from doing something I love, you know.
In that podcast from May 14 this year, Bruce says he's been doing well and is thinking about coming back. The comments were also flooded with support. Since he's the only one on this list that still has a YouTube channel, his return seems more reasonable. While I doubt his ex-streaming buddies like Kai will ever forgive him, he definitely has a shot at redemption. So yeah, these guys weren't just canceled, they pretty much blackballed themselves. So who's making a comeback and who's done for good? Sneako, Steve, and Bruce? Comment below. And if you're still watching, you know what to do. Hit that sub button because this is just the beginning.